This is the Mobile Philosopher. In this video we're going to see a little bit about how to use Google Calendar. The calendar is also found here in the top black bar. We're going to click on that. And now pops the calendar app that we can see here. Now before we begin, we're just going to see a couple of the simple options that are the basics for here for Google Calendar. First thing is to set an appointment, so just go to whatever bar we want here, click on this, and we can put test. We click enter and it output pops. I can go to here and click another one and put test 2. And as you can see, if we get closer here, we're going to see it's telling me when, what, create the event and edit the event. We'll see that in a second, or I can just exit and cancel it. Go back here, send another one, there's 2. Very, very simple. All we have to do is just click on the calendar and it's done. Instead of clicking on create event, all I have to do is click on enter. It does the exact same thing. Let's do another one here. Set it again, test 3. Again, I'm just going to click enter and out it pops. So these are the simplest ways of adding events to our calendar. Now this next thing we can do here is we can move them around. So I can grab this and bring it down. Same thing. As long as I don't click on the title here, I'm fine. So any of this area here that's able to be moved, able to be grabbed, I can grab it, move it around. Do the same thing. So that's the way of moving it. Second, what if we want to make it bigger or smaller in regards to time? Do I have to open it up and edit? No. I can go down here. And as you can see, there's like a double arrow, double line, and out pops a double arrow after I hover over it. When this double arrow comes out, I can actually grab that and extend the event to something bigger. Or I can make it something smaller. Usually the intervals are going to be maybe half hours. So you can take that into consideration. Let's make this guy smaller now. These are the basic ways of changing events. And then I can move this guy over here, for example, to another day if I want, grabbing him like that, moving him and grabbing him over here. So all these things are viable options when I am working with whatever event I want to work with. Now, as you can see here, well maybe you can't see it, but at least somewhat can see it. This is a very strong type of yellow or gold, and over here it's sort of grayed out, shadowed out. That's because this is an event in the past. It says Sunday the 6th, which is already passed. So here, what we have is that this is a event for now and in the future, which are in the clear color, and this one is grayed out, signifying that it's already passed. Now, if we take one of these events, if I get closer again, if I just tap on it, okay, this is going to come out. It's going to give me the basic information. Thursday, June 6th. I can delete this from here, or I can edit this event. Another thing we can do on top here is we can actually from here change the title. So I can change this to 4. And on top of that, I can click this little button here and change the color to green. So we can do very quick changes just by clicking on the event and clicking on the title, changing that, enter, clicking on this again, going here, we can change this to red if I want, and it will change the color as well. So I have various colors I can use to make sure I organize myself in the clearest manner possible. So those are the main things we can do with an event here without doing anything specific. Then I have 2 options in opening up the main information of this event. I can either click on directly on the title, or I can click on the event and then go to edit event. Both edit event and clicking on the title are going to be the same thing. So because obviously it's going to be faster clicking on the title, we're actually going to click on the title and this will open up this, which is the same as edit the event. So here I'm going to have a few more options that pop out. I have the possibility of changing the title again. I have the possibility of actually making the time more precise. Even though there's no option here, I can actually make this, for example, 8:05. and this will automatically change this to 9:05. I can also modify this and bring it back to 9 so that the event is only 55 minutes. Here I can change the date if I want, and I can change the time zone. I can make it all day, or I can repeat it. So we're going to actually open this up and see what it offers us. As you can see, gives me the possibility of doing repeats. I can repeat this daily, every weekday, every other day, every Tuesday and Thursday, weekly, monthly, and yearly. We'll just leave it on weekly. And then after that, we have the possibility of repeat every 1 week, 2 weeks. I can have certain intervals with this. I can choose the dates which are available to me. In this case, we have the Sunday through Saturday. We can have it start on a certain date and then end on a certain date, or ends never, keeps on going. Or I can do, instead of dates, I can do occurrences if I want to do it after 10 occurrences or 30 occurrences. And then after I am done with this, all I have to do is press done. On top of that, we go down here, we can find, I can also put in where the event is going to be held. If I want to add a video call or a hangout, I can say which calendar it's going to be on, which I will see later on. I can add description, change the color here, add reminders, which are going to be very useful. And then I can show me as available or busy and use the privacy thing, which is under default. Here I can add guests, which we're going to see in our video. And then I can also permit that the guest can even modify the event. So there's a lot of options here that I can do. If I go up here, I can also change owner and duplicate the event. So all these things are very useful in regards to modifying events in calendars. In later videos, we're going to see some of these things more specifically, but it's important to know the basic options before using the calendar itself. Now, with this arrow here, we can go back to the calendar and keep on editing the calendar itself. It's going to ask me if I want to save the things I just changed here. Okay, we're going to continue editing and press save. And now this event will be stuck here. Now we just need to check a couple things here. As you can see on this one, okay, there's a little clock. If we make him bigger, there's a little clock that comes out here. That means it has a notification set. If I go into this guy and edit this, if he will ever open up, there we are. Okay, here I can get rid of these reminders here, and I save that. And as you can see now, there's no clock, meaning that there are no reminders or notifications for this event. Whereas down here, I see two things. One is a clock, and the other one is like a double square here, almost a cube. What this means is that it's going to be repeating. It says recurring event. It's going to be repeating every week or every month. So these two symbols, again, are the normal ones that you're going to see here when there are extra things added to the event in itself. And in regards to the rest, we were going to see it in other videos. So I hope this helps. Please take care.